What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more of The Grid. As always, major thank you to Kim, and we're returning to the 1992 album 456. And the next track in the playlist is Ice Machine, which, if taken literally, refers to a machine which manufactures ice, which can be useful for cooling purposes, or, at least here in the US, creating ice cubes for drinks, which the reason I say it that way is because my understanding is, based on some anecdotal accounts I've heard, that in some other countries, American tourists will sometimes ask for more ice in a drink, and the server will be like, wait, but you already have 1 or 2 ice cubes, like, why do you need more? So, I don't know if that's the case everywhere, but as I said, I've heard some anecdotes to that effect. Nevertheless, I'm expecting this to function if there is a coherent narrative, meaning some of their tunes are very dance floor, techno, electro, and don't really have verses and choruses per se, and sometimes more like phrases that get repeated. But if there is a narrative here, I would expect the phrase of the title to function on multiple levels, maybe even entirely metaphorically. So let's see what I can catch on a first listen. This is The Grid, the tune is Ice Machine, and it's from the 1992 album 456.
Another night, another bar, to catch my dreams, much too far. The night is over, the day begun, illusions passed, and I had all the fun. Another day started, another moon went down, another sunshine, too bright for now. My eyes look into the mirror by the door, another night's over, this is it, or is there more? This face is me, some 1,000 days to go. Cold beer from the fridge, so. This face is me, some 1,000 days to go. Cold beer from the fridge, so.
was already going to comment on those ambient pad soundscape chords in the background, and then it ended with those suddenly taking the center stage or being the final part of the track in isolation, which I really enjoyed. And yeah, I also enjoy the electro breaks feel of the Sonics, and there's a lot of percussion cycling and some different configurations along the way. I also enjoy the different instrumental layers. Like there's that synth orchestra hit, which, you know, I think of Pet Shop Boys, they use that sometimes, but yeah, there was a real dramatic synth orchestra hit which came back at different rhythmic intervals. There was a like crazy guitar flourish section, which maybe that's a real guitar, maybe it's a synth line that isn't, it's done in the style of a guitar. My prediction is that it's probably a real guitar. Either way, there were some very rapid fire, essentially like bass line type layers. So yeah, a lot going on sonically, and again, it kept shifting and evolving a little bit over the course of the tune. But speaking of shifting and evolving, so did the I was gonna say the lyrics, the vocals. Like first there's a deep and heavy type of delivery, then very whispered, like literally whispering as if not wanting to make too much noise. And he was talking about like he'd have something to say, so it feels like there's even a bit of like cheekiness in that section. And then it goes to like this shouted type vocal, but a subdued shout, if that makes any sense. So there were like three major different vocal idioms over the course of the tune. Lyrically, I mean, there was actually more there than I expected. Certainly we have lines about like getting a cold beer from the fridge, and fair to say like ice box is a way to refer to a refrigerator, and I think ice machine can sometimes mean the part of a refrigerator freezer combo where ice is manufactured. So not like a standalone device, but part of a cooling system fridge freezer combo where people keep drinks and food and so on. So maybe on some level we are literally talking about an ice machine where drinks and beers are kept cold. But like, I don't know, I couldn't catch the other lines clearly enough to get a sense of whether there's significance to that, or if it's just kind of like setting a visual scene about someone, you know, killing time in a place that's hot and wanting a cold beer to refresh or cool themselves. So either way, as I said, I really enjoy the electro breaks, sonics, and, you know, sort of like techno breaks, and I do enjoy all the different sonic elements and the evolving vocal patterns over the course of the tune. So do let me know what you think, and I'll see you for the next one. Peace.